Before the video starts, I would like to let everyone know that I am extremely dumb and I spoiled a video I had coming up in the future. I said that I turned the island of creation around the tower of creation into a cherry blossom forest, not realizing that I haven't uploaded that video yet, let alone made that video yet. So here we are before the video starts in its entirety. This is what the island of creation looks like now. It's a cherry blossom. It's a cherry blossom forest. And all the trees look like dark oak still, because I felt like thicker cherry blossoms would look nicer. And we have a lovely lake. Nothing's changed over there other than the cherry blossom trees. And if we come in the back of the Tower of Creation, I decided to put the cemetery, where the original king, queen, and Bubba are laid to rest along with all the original inhabitants, civilians of Asgard, whatever you want to call it. And this is where they're all laid to rest. So I am extremely sorry that I spoiled that in this video, and I feel extremely dumb having to make this video, but I hope you guys like what the island of creation has become. It's not fully done yet, but in the future, I am going to make it better. I'm going to finish the cemetery. I'm going to put some foliage around and whatnot. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and join me next time as we explore the changes we've made in Asgard. Anyways, hope you all enjoy the video. What's good, everyone? I'm Beyond Moonlight here, and we are back in Asgard for another episode of exploring my Asgard world. But it might look quite different than it did last time we were here. This is because this is the backup of a very old copy of Asgard. I found this in my stuff and I decided, why not explore it? I opened up land and I swapped to creative mode. Oh, I think this is a backup way. I tested out builds and stuff before actually building them in survival. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, this is what Asgard looked Excuse me. This is what Asgard looked like back in 1.11, and it has changed drastically. Like, you can see just by the dock how just basic and bland it looks compared to the dock we have in town now. And, like, even town itself, not much has changed in the town. It's just, you know, there's more foliage around, more buildings around, you know. I've done a lot of changes to the town square. I'll be making a video about all the changes and upgrades I've done over the last couple months later on, but you can tell how it's changed. Like, it's crazy to look at this and just see how far your progress has come over the last, like, almost decade that I've been playing on this map. Anywho, there's nothing that's changed in town, so we're not gonna focus on that. Not much has changed. Obviously, the dock has changed. You see, it comes down instead of going up and then coming down. And this is just a basic. I wanted a dock and made a basic dock design, so. But you can see remnants of it still sticks, like the boats and the sandstone wall and the oak. But I believe I swapped the oak logs out for spruce ones. But yeah, this chest scattered about. This was before barrels were introduced. So I decided to scatter this around as kind of like cargo. I thought it looked nice. If we come up here, this is the old lighthouse design that in episode 1 of Exploring Asgard, I said I was going to tear down, and I eventually did. This is what it looked like beforehand. It's basic. It's not automatic like the one we have now. It's just full of sea lanterns. I don't even know why I put torches like up here, because the sea lanterns light this up enough to where mobs won't spawn. But yeah, this is what, I don't think I ever showed the interior fully of the lighthouse, but it's pretty basic. You know, it's a lighthouse. It has a spiral staircase. Nothing to really talk about here. This is where it starts to get interesting, though. This is where I said the old school used to be before the guild got put here in the stories. This is what the old school used to look like. You had the detention hall over here, which, albeit is rudimentary, and looking back at it now, it doesn't really look good. It's alright, but it doesn't look good. When you come in, you got, you know, 2 classrooms for detentions. There was no lanterns back in the day, so we had to use like glowstone sea lanterns or torches. And I decided to go, you know, sea lanterns. Like I said in, I think, one of the videos, that back in the, you know, 1.8, 1.9, 1.10, duping was super simple, and I used to do that a lot back in the day. I don't do that so much now, but I used to back in the day, and that's how I got a lot of these more expensive blocks scattered about. Like, this is a ton of brick, and that's a ton of clay. Why bother mining all that when you can just dupe it? But this is a school. I seen this on Planet Minecraft, I think, and copied it. It's more of a modern, kind of like, well, I think elementary, middle school. I wasn't quite sure on, I don't think it's set on Planet Minecraft exactly what kind of school building it was supposed to be mocking. But here's the school. This is where the kids used to go for Asgard before it got put way over there, the more nicer building. You know, out back you got, you know, your basic swing sets. You got, I think, either jump rope, full square, something like that. And then got basketball. Over here used to be where you would do practice tournaments to enlist into the guild, which is over there. So this is where you used to do your practice tournaments as you went up the ranks in Asgard's schooling system. This is where you would end up at some point. You know, you do practice stuff with wooden swords. We had no shields until 1.11, so back in 1.8 when I believe this was built, we didn't have the shields and stuff, so you would just hit wooden swords against each other until one called it, and the champion was declared, and you gotta go to the guild to train. Nothing's really changed on the pathway here, and nothing's really changed over at the Tower of Creation either. You know, just, again, we got the pink wall because cherry trees didn't exist back then, and this wasn't a cherry biome, and it's more bland and blank than it looks. I believe I showed it off what I did with it, and if not, I just spoiled it, but I ended up changing this into a cherry biome. So, sorry for the spoilers. But yeah, this is just more blank and empty than it usually is, and I forgot I have my FPS counter in there. It's one of the mods I'm using. This used to be where you used to open up the Tower of Creation. And of course the piston doorway is broken because I updated this with 1.11. So a lot of my piston doorways are probably going to be broken. Yeah. A lot of the piston doorways are broken. That's fantastic. Alright. Anywho. We're going to go back into town because there's a lot more to explore and there's a lot more to show. Nothing's changed over here with the dock area. This is pretty much stayed the same since. Same with the turtle, that's kind of been a natural landmark here since the map. Since I loaded into the map, I've never messed with it. I'm gonna set the time back today so we can see. Over here is the Explode Team Federation or Foundations Guild. I haven't decided on a name yet. Oh, just the Explode Teams Guild. I haven't decided on what name I'm going to go with yet. But this is what the Explode Teams Guild used to look like. Very big, very blocky. I mean, I thought it looked nice back in the day, but coming back and looking at it now, I like the much improved guild we have. This used to be like a lounge area, you know, you can go on the computer, just kind of hang out and chill around the fireplace with someone. You know, some of your guild members. Library to do all your studying. You had an ender chest. I think each room was going to have an ender chest at some point. I don't think I got around to it. I'm not sure. This is Guildmaster's office. You know, wither skulls and ender dragon heads. Quite, rare for him to have. And I carried that theme over to the present Guildmaster's, room. Same thing with the chief. Back then it was called the chief commander, now it's vice chief. Same thing with him, you know, he has some mob heads nowadays too, but his layout and everything has changed in his office. This is a receptionist, you know, would sit here, you would come in, you know, I guess you can say check in, punch in, clock in, whatever you wanna go with that, and then you would kind of stand around and sit around until you went to the Guildmaster, or you would come back from a mission and then, you know, go do whatever it is guild recruits did after a mission. Over here we have the dining area. Not as lavish as the one we have now. Very bland and basic, but this was considered decent back in the day because we didn't have a lot of the stuff we do now in Minecraft. What, we're up to 1.20.1 or something? We didn't have all the stuff we had back then. We come out here, we have kind of a grill area and then an enclosed back deck with a pool. As you can see, like, this was so old. This map is so old that you couldn't even waterlog slabs back in the day. And it was always frustrating. But this was the pool. I thought it looked nice. Looking back at it, not really. But the shaders do it justice. If we come over here, we have the kitchen. Very rudimentary kitchen too. You know, got a couple piston, either tables or chairs. I don't honestly remember if these were supposed to be tables or chairs. You know, you got your countertops, your cabinets, your fridge, and whatnot. Got some stuff just kind of lying about here that's... I have no clue what that stuff's doing there. We come up the stairs. We come down here, we have bathrooms, which are just bathrooms. I used to name some of the, higher ranked, chiefs. I might bring some of these names back. You got the chief's room, which is not even complete. I don't even think most of this guild's complete it. And then you got the guildmaster's room, which is, I think, for the most part, fully done. Not as lavish, again, as it was in the new guild. If you come over to the right side, we have all the recruits. And even back then, we had some new recruit rooms. But we have more bathrooms over here. I don't know why those, I thought those were rooms. We have some different Explorer team names for back in the day. Team Blaze is one that carried over. Obviously, Team Light carried over. Team Aquarius did not carry over. I might use this back in the future. I'm not positive. Again, just basic rooms, very bland. This whole build is very boxy and bland, and there's just no detail. That shows how little detail I actually used back in the day. Alright. Let's get out of here. And head further into, my base, because a lot has changed in my base. Obviously, the house has stayed the same. The thing that you probably caught in the beginning of the video was this gigantic observatory that I was always talking about. This used to be where all my villagers were kept until they got, like, scattered all around town and everything. This used to be, you know, where you could breed them, and I kept everyone safe. Very rudimentary. I don't know why I decided to make it an observatory. Like, I used to use Optifine back in the day, so, you know, you could zoom in and act like it's a telescope. But again, it's just a very... It has more detail on the outside than it does the inside. It looks a little nice on the outside, but not by much. Like I said before, the Fox Garden was a thing. This is where the Nether Portal used to be. back in the heyday. I'm gonna jump right in if it wants to load. And look at that puke red nether. Oh my god. Yeah, this is the old nether system. I don't know why my polders didn't link, but this linked up to a I believe another fortress. If we come down this way, I believe I built this specifically because there was a... Ooh, I'm dropping frames. Because there was another fortress in the, in this general direction. And back then, you know, rails were the quickest way of transportation. We didn't have elytras, and I wasn't bringing a horse to the... Yeah, did we have... Yeah, we had horses back in 1.8, so I wasn't going to do that for transportation, so I decided to go with the rail system. Yeah, this is the fortress. So I had, you know, a tunnel system to a fortress, a very small one, but it got me all the wither skulls I needed back in the day, so I am not going to complain at all. Alright, let's head on back and continue exploring. And if my audio sounds different, I think this is a good time to bring it up. I got a new microphone, and I'm testing it out. This is the first video I'm making testing it out, and I think the audio quality sounds a lot better than what it did previously. Let me know down in the description if you guys can tell a difference in my voice, because I can hear it, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. Anywho, we come over here. A lot smaller cemetery back in the day. We didn't have fancy banners or anything. Like, we have my 3 pets that died at the time, and this has expanded so much more since then. This was back in 2019. What, close to... No, over 5 years ago. We got the barn over here, which used to, like I said, used to hold my animals. We come over this way. There's also what's attached to the barn, and this was kind of more of a free roam. We had, you know, the food. Oh, I picked up an egg. That's why I got the cake achievement. This used to be, you know, where the pigs and the sheep and everything could eat, and this is where they would drink water. You know, walled off by cobblestone and fences. Back here, oops, I hit my microphone. I apologize about that, guys. Back here, you can see we have the deck, which, you know, now it's, you know, the, we have the overhang with the wood in it. This used to be what it looked like. I don't know why I used acacia wood for the table. I think I wanted to break it up the jungle and the oak. But yeah, this is what this used to look like. Crops have pretty much stayed the same. Just added more like scarecrow and decoration blocks around it. The lake used to be heart-shaped. It used to be a lot less detailed and filled because we didn't have the aquatic update back in the day. And because we didn't have update aquatic back in the day, we didn't have, you know, all the seagrass and the turtles and all the fishes roaming around. Looking back at it now, I, again, like the lake we have now over this one looks nice and it's unique and, you know, distinguished, but it's not something I would rebuild again. At least not like this. Nothing has changed up here, really. This is all pretty much stayed the same. Now, if we go inside, that's where a lot of the changes have happened. As you can see, the bunnies are roaming around and Toast is stuck again. That's why I ended up, you know, caging those guys over there, is because they kept getting stuck underneath furniture and stuff. And you can see item frames for drawers and stuff back in the day for the sink and everything. We used to have these pillars instead of, you know, the oak. Used to have a prismarine floor and the bathtub was a lot different. color palette just does not mix well together. I don't know what I was thinking. Over here we have a nice, you know, kind of reading area. I guess I have no clue what this was supposed to be. Over here, nothing really has changed too drastically other than some stuff kind of just moving around and some pictures being knocked down. If we come up here, I used to have armor stands, and I came across a video of old mods. I remembered how I got the arms on the armor stands all over my map. It wasn't with MC Edit, it was with a mod back in the day that would let you, what was it, right or left click, or it was something like that. Oh, you could craft them with arms, and they would allow you to have armor stands with arms. So that's how I got these with arms strung around. I thought it was with MC Edit, I didn't remember it correctly. Bedroom has stayed pretty much the same. You know, back when Minecraft Dungeon was a thing, I was a big fan of the pig Reuben, so I had a pet pig Reuben. I have no clue where he is currently in my in my current Minecraft map. Then we have all the pets that I had just kind of dotted about. New additions here and there, but I don't know why Midnight has become an orange cat. That is weird. She was a black cat. That is very, very weird. Anywho, why don't we head down into the basement? Because this is where a lot of changes have happened. For one, Bob's back in his home instead of being, you know, over in the more nicer built, you know, villager trading hall that I built. So Bob's still stuck in the wall. This doesn't go down anymore. This was just a straight shot back in the day. Ceiling, you know, no texture on the ceiling. Like, this is so old. I didn't even have a map wall back in the day. There's nothing in this direction. This was just a quick enchanting area. And, like, the old treasure room, like, hasn't even expanded yet. Like, this used to be a lot wider in that first video. If we come over here, when I was talking about how the storage room has changed and there used to be shelving. This is what I was talking about shelving. This is how I used to organize stuff. Like, this was miscellaneous. Planks, logs. I don't think anything's in here. Then we have all the oils and everything, which again, most of this stuff's duped. Blocks, most of that stuff's probably duped. I think that stuff's legitimate. I have no clue. This is where the blacksmith sits now, and again, even back then, it just was an empty room. Excuse me. I'm getting over a cold still, so I might cough every now and then. I apologize about that. Is there anything else? Yeah, a lot of the stuff's probably duped. Probably not the grass and the sand, but a lot of the bricks probably are. Oh, this is, I used to mix cobble and other stone blocks all in one instead of giving them their own separate kind of placements. My storage system's pretty much the same now. It's kept thematically the same, like this is all like actual items that you can place down and like bows and string and stuff, and then you have your blocks all in one area. I still haven't got to organizing anything. Yeah, a lot of this stuff's probably duped. I'm not even gonna lie about that. We still had the enchanting room, the potion making room and the bar. We still had that idea even back this far, back in 2019. This is still, I believe this is still automatic. Yeah, it's still automatic. Oh, excuse me. No collection system, but it's automatic. Oh, did they not drop? Huh. That's odd. Odd. I wonder if this is then a test map and I have item drops off. That is weird. Anyways, over here, this room's a lot neater than it is currently, but a lot more basic too. I just have everything like dotted and strewn about. To the day I still don't have organization skills. Nothing has really changed here. Just a lot more like paintings around in the ceilings a lot. Less deep. This is a lot. The floor's a lot higher than what it is currently. Same with this. A lot more claustrophobic feeling. If we come over here, and we come up here, you know, I did this because when 1.11 hit, like I said, you could place, you know, trapdoors like that. You didn't need a block behind it. So I removed all that thinking it looked nicer, and I'm glad I added the slab design because it looks a lot nicer than it did there. Nothing has really changed here other than some texturing. The underground rail system to the stronghold has stayed pretty much the same. You guys have seen this, but you've seen this trading hall without the wheat field. This used to be where I got wheat to trade with them. You would hit, yeah, that button. Then it would drop the wheat. And then you would hit again and it would re-dispense the water. Yeah, I must have item drops off. This must be a creative test world. Good to know. Alright. If we come over this way, the tree farm is still here. So I had the tree farm still pretty much how it was last time. This has not really changed much at all. If we come up this way, I'm pretty sure this elevator is going to be broken. Yeah, this elevator broke. Not surprised. See, this is what I was talking about I used pumpkins back in the day for stuff. That's why I made that mini pumpkin. Excuse me, pumpkin patch. Yeah, this is the old mob grinder. It worked a lot better back in 1.8, 9, 10, and 11 than it does now. Huh? Oh, yeah, I remember this. There was a mod back in the day that you could pick up spawners. That's why it wasn't working as good. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, you used to be there was a mod that you could pick up spawners with Silk Touch, and this was only a layer deep. I remember that. So that's how I got that so efficient, because I had mob spawners. That's a bit of Minecraft history. You used to be able, with a mod, to Silk Touch spawners like that. It's a very cool mod. That was back when I kind of played heavily with some mods on this world. Nothing that drastically changed it, but you know, like a backpack mod or like something like that. We come down here to where the sugarcane farm used to be and the where the nether portal now sits. You can see this giant monstrosity. Now, back in 1.11, this was actually a slime farm, and it actually worked very well. I seen the design online and built it, and it worked fairly well. The items would, you know, come out from here. The slimes would be attracted to the golems. They would drop onto the water with magma. They would die. The water would push it into this collection system, and any of the bigger ones that didn't die or split, they would attack the golems down here and eventually die and drop the slime balls. So then it would go. I'm just breaking everything. So it would go, you know. Actually, it would go down this way into a hopper system. Be pushed. Where is it? Yeah, be pushed up by dispensers and observers. up through the glass because it used to be able to do that. I don't know if you can still do that now. Pretty sure you can, but I'm not positive. But it was pushed up. You would have a cool item animation going up here, and then it would connect to the hoppers and then drop down into the chest system, the chest sorting system. And that's how I had an automatic slime farm, and it worked fairly well. Like, this only took, I think, 30 minutes of AFKing. Wish I would have did it longer back then, but I don't really use sticky pistons all that often. I'm not a redstone guy. And then, you know, obviously I had maintenance toys, because when you mess around with redstone, you should always have a maintenance toy to get your stuff. Yeah, and like, any overflow would be spit out into a cactus. And it's basically the same on this side too. So this was a slime farm. I kind of like this design a little more than what we have now, only because this gigantic like obelisk looking thing in the center just looks so cool. Like, we didn't even have bubble elevators. I had to space signs in between so I didn't suffocate when I came back up. I wanted to put an elevator here too, but didn't feel like messing with that headache again, because the first one over there took forever to figure out how to do. So you had, you know, you had your viewing platform too. You could AFK here and they would spawn it on all locations, or you can AFK down there. Didn't really matter. And yeah, guys, I think that's about it for touring this old version of Asgard. If you enjoyed the video, please like and comment down below. And if you enjoy my content, please think about subscribing and sharing my videos around. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little history tour we had through Asgard and what it's become now. And I hope you guys stick around, because a lot has changed from the last, I think, 5 or 6 months that I haven't uploaded a video. And that last tour of Asgard itself, a lot has changed since then, and I'm going to be making videos and showing you guys the changes there. Anyways, this has been Beyond Moonlight. Hope you all have a good day. I'm signing out for now. See you all later.